I'm losing money with this truck. I can't make ends meet. What do I do? That's the phone call that I got. Guys, I have an owner-operator who started with us about 3 months ago. And I want to be very clear and upfront. The only reason why he's here is because of our channel, the videos we post, and how transparent we try to be about this business. So when he called me and said, Ronan, I don't get it. I see you're posting videos of guys making money. Why can't I make any money? I told him, I'm really sorry you're going through this. Let's slow down and actually look at what's happening, and let's analyze the numbers. Because sometimes you're not failing, you're just missing 1 or 2 critical details. So let's do this together. And he really needs your help. So please guys, put some comments down on how you feel. Maybe I'm blinded and maybe I'm biased, but I really need your help. So let's break down his first 3 months. Month number 1, the driver produced 10,000 miles. Unfortunately, he had a minor repair. It was $1,900. And he was down in the US for 3 days. Month number 2, he had 9,500 miles, another minor breakdown in the US, and $2,200 bill. Now this is a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia, and in month number 3, he actually produced 11,250 miles with no major issues. On paper, these miles don't look so bad. So I pulled his last pay statement, and honestly, it did look low. So what's happening? Most of our owner-operators average about $1 per mile, give or take. So I asked myself, what's wrong here? But let's analyze this together. I asked the accountant to pull out a full monthly statement. I didn't want to do first and 15th because I think it would be better for the audience. So if we look at the unit, he produced 11,210 miles to be exact. He grossed out $17,375, and his fuel surcharge was $1,233. His total gross earnings was $18,608. Now I know that Americans are gonna blast me in this channel now, oh, this is too low, but in Canada we have a mileage-based system where the company pays for your insurance, for your plates, for your tolls, for literally all your on-road expenses, and the only thing that you pay for is your fuel and for that truck. So let's have a look at his deductions. So all of our owner-operators, they have disability insurance, they have buy-down insurance if they choose to, and they also have their fuel expense. Now, if you look at the net earnings of this owner-operator, $8,667 is what he netted. Now, you tell yourself, now if somebody drives 11,200 miles, that seems fairly low for an owner-operator. So what in the world is going on? So my second thing that I did was I pulled up another owner-operator, and I asked the accountant, hey, accountant, do me a favor, can you find another one of my owner-operators that produced around 11,200 miles? So now we have pay statement number 2. She sends me another pay statement of a different owner-operator, and she gives me the whole monthly breakdown. And here is the earnings of the second owner-operator, also produced 11,250 miles. So the mileage is almost identical, plus minus about 30 miles. You can see that the driver grossed out 18,675. So far, the pay statement looks identical. But now let's get into the deductions. So here we have the holdback of $300. We have disability insurance. We have buy-down insurance. We have $6,293 in fuel. And this driver got to take home $11,555. Now this is more of my owner-operators. They probably take close to right around $1 per mile. So what is going on with the first driver? Now I have to analyze even deeper. So right away I see that the only thing that's different between the two owner-operators is one has a bill of $9,350 in fuel, and the other owner-operator has $6,293. How in the world is this possible? So now we have to open up our Samsara and see analytics. And the first thing that you can see, our driver number 1, the one that is not making any money, his average fuel consumption is 5.8 miles per gallon. Now, when you look at that, you're like, my God, that's very low, because all of my drivers here at ET Transport are 7 and above, and most of them are hovering around 8.25. But this owner-operator is currently producing 5.8 miles per gallon. You can see the mileage, you can see the amount of idling hours, 172 hours of idling, and you can see that the engine was on for 405 hours. Okay. All right. So now it's time for me to have a serious conversation with my owner-operator, and I'm going to give it to him the way that it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Hard truth number 1, you cannot make money in this business running at 5.8 miles per gallon. Not in today's market. With the national average being around $2.15 per mile, there's not enough money to run a truck at 5.8 miles per gallon. That truck is a melon. Melon? Lemon? Melon or lemon? I don't know. There's a terminology in trucking. Melon, lemon. I don't know. You guys tell me over there in the comments. That truck is garbage. This business simply does not pay enough to support inefficient equipment, especially like this owner-operators. If your truck isn't doing around the 7 miles per gallon, you're fighting a losing battle. At that point, honestly, you can make more money as a company driver and far less stress. Hard truth number 2, cost per mile. This is what matters most. Before anyone becomes an owner-operator or even a company driver thinking of making the jump to become an owner-operator, you must understand your true cost per mile. That means more than just fuel. It includes equipment choice, old truck versus new truck, fuel efficiency, aerodynamics, repairs and maintenance, insurance costs, driver pay structures, fixed costs, and the unpredictable expenses that hit your cash flow. If you don't know your real cost per mile, you're guessing. And this is how people lose money in the trucking business. Now, if you want, I've created a detailed course about this at truckingacademy.us that will give you a full course on the cost per mile. Now, hard truth number 3, reliability is everything. If your truck isn't reliable, get rid of it. Repairs, downtime, and maintenance will eat every dollar of profit that you think you're making. Sometimes you have to cut your losses. It's like sitting at a blackjack table where the dealer keeps destroying you and you're still sitting at the table. You don't continue sitting at that table. You get up and switch tables or do something. Just don't continue sitting. And the same thing with your truck. Hard truth number 4, no APU unit makes you bleed cash. Remember this. And this one adds up fast. If you don't have an APU unit, you're spending $40 to $50 per night idling. The national average for fuel right now in the US is anywhere between $3 to $4 per gallon. So if you're in California, it's probably more like $4.25. If you're in Midwest, approximately $3. So for this calculation, we're gonna take 3.5. Now for my Canadian friends, you're probably more at around $4 per gallon, even $4.50 per gallon. But $3.50 we'll say is the national average. In order to run your truck, that's 1 gallon per hour. Now you're allowed to drive 11 hours in the US, so you have an extra 13 hours that you're either idling, sleeping, or doing whatever with it. 13 hours, multiply that by $3.50 per hour, you are looking at $45.50. Okay, per day. An average long-haul driver spends anywhere between 26 to 27 days on the road. At the bare minimum, 26. You're looking at $1,183. And this is what we go in detail in our course. Okay, you need to look at these numbers. That's every single month. Multiply that by 12. You are losing $14,196 per year that you're losing. Do you know what the cost of an APU unit is? It's about $15,000. Do you know what it would cost you to finance it over the course of 3 years? Probably around $300 per month is what it would cost to finance one of those APU units, and it'll give you a lot more longevity to your truck, and your maintenance costs are definitely gonna be a lot lower. So that's just my feedback to this owner operator. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I really want some of your feedbacks. Look over the paychecks. Let me know what you guys think. I gave you 2 examples of identical units, and I want your feedback on this one. Please help out my owner operator. Give him some good solid advice. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in my next video.